of great value to us. Okay, so I hope it has been of great value to us. For those that are just joining us for the very, very first time, today is part 4. So we started this journey the first Thursday of this month. So every Thursday we've been looking at how do you create wealth and unlock the cash flow potential from your dormant property. Okay, and so far so good. It has been a great one. So like I said, today we are going to be taking questions. I know a lot of us have a lot of questions, and there was an offer I gave last week also. I didn't post it. I just felt that no, let's finish this series, then we can come back to the offer. Some of you DM'd me that how far with the offer and all of those things, but no problem. So I'm going to post the offer for those that are clamoring for more knowledge. So there's a real estate academy that is available, and it's happening in July, 1st and 8th of July, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. also. It's going to be an awesome session, awesome session. And for the whole month of July, all the recordings of this session is going to be available for the whole month of July. Okay. However, from August is going to be paid. So part 1, part 2, part 3 is going to be available. However, from August, so the whole month of July is going to be available. So you can watch it, listen to it over and over and over again. So however, from the month of August is going to be paid. Okay, so let's mute our mic as we are joining. Mr. Ben, you are welcome. Madam Justina Suwa, you are welcome. Apologies if I didn't pronounce your name very well. Mojebisi Olugbenga, you are also welcome. Everybody, you are welcome. So like I said, you're welcome. So as soon as it's 7:05, I'll just go to the lecture straight up, okay? So today is just the last day. So like I said, the recording is going to be available for everyone. So you can watch it all over again, okay? Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. So tonight is part 4. Like I said also earlier, I'm going to be using 30 minutes. I only use 30 minutes of my time, this 1 hour, to just round up on everything. Then we use another 30 minutes to answer questions. Okay, so in case you have any issue, property, just bring them up so that we can look at them. Okay, so that we can look at them. So Mr. Ben Ejibe, please mute your mic. Your mic is not muted. Kindly mute your mic. Okay, so that you will not distract us, okay? Okay, so my name is Okboluwa Oni. I've been doing real estate now for quite a while. So, and there are some couple of instructions I'll be giving us on the group after this class. I don't want it to eat into this class because we are recording it. So I want to especially welcome us to this, the last part. Last week, we touched on quite a number of stuff. Like I said, today is just 30 minutes. And so last week, we looked at 2 options that in case you have a property that is not performing, we've touched on a lot of things that you can do from part 1, part 2, part 3, assessment, emotion, and all of those things. So I'll just pick it up from where I stopped last week because I couldn't finish up all the whole stuff last week. And please note, we'll be giving us the opportunity to unmute our mic, okay, so that you can ask questions. We'll be giving us opportunity to unmute our mic so that we can ask questions. So in case you have any question at all, you have things that property that you have has been idle and all of those things. So don't worry, you'll be able to ask questions. No problem. Okay. So last week we looked at number one thing you need to do if you want to sell your properties. Number one is to research the markets, okay, to know what are the possibilities. Because in one of the questions, a lot of people, most of the questions people have been asking me has been the fact that um, they have uncompleted building. Typical, I mean, something happened very, very interesting in the last 4 or 5 years in this country. And I can see the reflection in the question that a lot of people asked me. After COVID, during COVID, a lot of funds were moving around. After COVID, from COVID, actually, things changed. A lot of things changed, and it's changed forever. The world as we knew it was never going to come back again. Okay? So we are living in a different world entirely right now. Whether people like it or not, COVID literally changed the world. Literally changed the world. So a lot of people started their projects before COVID. That's pre-2020, 2020, and things were normal. They had their job, they had their focus, they had their aim, they had their goal. Marriage was going on well. A whole lot of stuff were going on well. And all of a sudden, boom, COVID happened. Sit at home, a lot of confusion, uncertainty, right? For the first time, church was shut down, mosque shut down. You have to rethink a lot of things that we do as a nation, as a people, and all of those things. And we just, all of a sudden, we find ourselves in a situation that we have never seen before. And it just dawned on organization that I don't need physical office. I don't need this. Things begin to happen. After COVID, a lot of changes happened. Some people lost their jobs. Some people made so much money. Some people became very, very wealthy. Very, very, very wealthy. Right? So most people that started their project from 2020, 2019, 2018, just realized that they could not continue. Inflation began to hit home, both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. A lot of inflation left, right, and center. Right? And before COVID, 7.5 million naira can build a 2-bedroom from land. You buy land from that 7.5 million naira. You build it, at least minimal finishing, and you're parking with 7.5 million naira. As I'm talking to you right now, you can't build and finish a 3-bedroom or a 2-bedroom with 20 million naira. Because if cost of land will probably eat more than 50%. Cost of land will probably hit more than 50%. But that is the reality of the time that we live in right now. I've said it in one of these series, and I would like to repeat it again. Cost of construction is literally the same almost everywhere in Nigeria, minus cost of land. From foundation upward, it is the same thing. Because the nature of the land will determine the kind of foundation that you are going to be doing, okay? So a lot of people now find themselves stuck, right? While you were growing up, you've seen patterns that you go to school, you graduate, you buy your first car, you buy your first land, you start building your first housing project. That has been the pattern. And all of a sudden, COVID came, disruption came. Pattern change, a whole lot of things just became abnormal. All of a sudden, everything just became abnormal. All of a sudden, all of us now became confused that, God, what am I going to do next? Right? And most of these projects became abandoned, and a lot of those abandoned projects accumulate. Property developers abandoned projects became accumulate. And a whole lot of stuff, left, right, and center, owners of properties, people want to sell. And as if COVID we're all just waiting for COVID to happen. All of a sudden, boom, a lot of people want to leave Nigeria. So most of the people that were constructing are now planning to leave. Nigeria. All of a sudden, right? So People are in the state of confusion. Most people that are buying your products are the one leaving. It affected us in the construction, in the construction sector and the real estate sector. The middle class were just leaving. Instead of them buying property, they were leaving. They were not buying properties. you understand? They were leaving. They were not buying properties. At some point, I had almost 250 properties to sell. I created a directory. If you want to sell your property, you fill the form. It was just something else. I mean, it was totally crazy. It was crazy. Okay. So that was it for a long time. And Naira policy came, a whole lot of things happened in Nigeria that really made projects to be very expensive. Cement moved from less than 3,000. Today, I think cement is about 10,000 naira. I think I got an offer today to come and buy bulk cement for 9,800. That is still very expensive. Very expensive. Cost of sand. I was on one of our projects today, and we're sand-filling. Is a sand-filling project. And we're sand-filling it. We've been sand-filling it for a long time. I just remembered when I was standing on that project that at some point, we're actually sand-filling that project for less than 50,000 naira per trip. But as I'm talking to you now, sand-filling is almost 200,000 naira. From less than 50,000 to almost 200,000 per 30 ton sand-filling. So that's the reality that we face now. I don't know whether somebody is in similar situation right now and you really don't know what to do. So like I said last week, you have two options. It's either you sell it or you just find a way of making money from it. So we've been looking at the option of selling. We said number one thing is that you need to research the market for possibilities. Number two is for you to sell is that you need to highlight the reasons why people should buy the property. Okay. A lot of you have come to meet me. Like I said, today is for question and answer. I want to sell. I want to sell. I want to sell. Don't just conclude in your mind that all you need to do is to sell. Because I've interviewed some of you. And the thing is that it's not as if you need money. The money you need, you could get it from somewhere. You are just tired of the property. That's the reason why you want to sell. So you need to think outside the box. And I'm not going to do that work for you. I will only guide you and lead you. Look at that group. In our group, for instance, we are over 100. Imagine trying to sell for 100 people. It's almost impossible, right? It's almost impossible. So I will only guide you, open your eye to a lot of possibility and open you up to possibilities that you can do with your property. That is the essence and the purpose of this course. I cannot sell for you. At most, I'll take up one project, right? I'll just take up one project that I will sell for. It's not possible for me to want to sell for everybody. It's not possible. Okay. So let's have that at the back of our mind. So number two is that I like the reason why you want to sell the property, why people should buy. If you are telling me to come and buy a property, you should be able to give me the reasons why I should buy that property. So you just put it down. That's part of the assignment. If you want to collect money from your property, okay, that's part of the assignment you should do. Number three thing that we mentioned is that advertise using different medias. You own this property. Own it with your full chest. Put it on your status. Use WhatsApp. Send it to your association. You know, the funniest thing is this. I told someone to do this. He said, no, I don't want people to think that I have problem. That's why I want to sell the property. I said, and then what? Don't be an hypocrite. If you have problem, you have problem. Everybody can have problem. See, there are three categories of people. There are people that are inside a problem. There are people that are just about to enter a problem. And there are people that are coming out of a problem. That's it. It's either you are escaping one problem. The only thing is this: just master the act of living and escaping problem as fast as possible. That's just it. The fact that you will not face a problem is not, it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. Okay? So put it on your status. I mean, don't care whether somebody will think, whatever anybody will think. Let them think. It's your property, for goodness sake. Okay? So, the same people that will talk about you selling your property, are they going to give you money to finish the property? Or are they going to give you money to develop the property? Okay? So, advertise it using media, put it on Facebook, put it on something. I mean, see, the same thing I'm sharing with you right now, I'm also going to be sharing it with a whole lot of people, right? All this link, everything I'm sharing with you, I'm going to sponsor it. People are going to hear it. People are going to watch it from all over the place, right? So take advantage of it and use it. For instance, a friend of mine reached out to me that saw this. We watched the part 1 and part 2, and he said I should coach him on how to go about each of the process. And we have started the journey already. Okay. So it's not going to be an easy journey, but if you follow everything that I've been teaching from part 1 to 3 and this part 4, I'm very sure that you will be able to succeed in maximizing those properties. So number 4 is that if you cannot do it yourself, use the local agents. Use local agents. There are agents within the area where your property is that you can use and maximize. Permit me to take this water. So use local agents. Okay? Use local agents. You will see a lot of people. If you roam around where your property is, they will put signboard for sale. Call this number. Call them. Tell them, you too, you have a property you want to sell. You are not buying anything, or you have agent, people that are already, depending on the status of your property. You know, I've shared this also in the time past. For those that are just joining us, please, you need to go and watch replay. There's no way I can help you. I've shared it in the time past. The property is either in a location that is already developed. My office is in Bagada, Lagos. Bagada is developed. You can't see a piece of land. You buy a house, you demolish it and build your own. That's what is available in my area here in Bagada. Okay, so that's it. I was with an engineer today, and we're discussing about this thing because I was just thinking, how can I help people? Because that's my frame of thoughts and my frame of thinking. So we're having this conversation on converting houses to school and all of those things. And so the engineer, because we're touring, I've been on the road all day. We're just touring some of our projects on the island in Lakwe, Kwakete, Bagada, and the rest. So we're still having that conversation today. He said, one of the things he told me is, he said the possibilities are there. It's just that people are not open-minded. People are not open-minded. The possibilities are there. There are so many things that you can do with your property. But are you open-minded to doing them? That if we give you suggestion, will you do them? Will you do them? Will you pay? Okay, so be open-minded. Very, 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 very important. Okay, so the next thing that you should do is that involve the LCDs. Involve the LCDs of your environment. Any area that you have, involve the LCD. Involve them, right? Involve them on what to do, how to go about it. Then number 6 is include good compensation. Include good compensation. Include good compensation. Then number 7, I said you should be flexible and consider instrumental payments. If this property is idle, just be flexible, right? Just be flexible. Be flexible and include good compensation. Okay? So like I said, on the group, I'm going to be rolling out some offers tonight. So on the WhatsApp group, I'll roll out some offers tonight. And if you want, you can take advantage of them. And if you don't want, no problem at all. Okay? So include good compensation. For those that are Yoruba here, there's a saying in Yoruba, and I will interpret. I'm a Yoruba boy, okay? So some people say I look Igbo, but most of my friends are Igbo anyway. So there's a Yoruba saying that says that Inududu lo mori. Basically, in English, what it says is that uh, good compensation helps you. I mean, reward basically. Let me just interpret it this way, that reward basically helps you, rewards motivates. I think that's the best way. And if I have Yoruba people in the house, can you please help me to interpret it in the comment section? Inududun lo mori yiya. So rewards basically, motivates. So reward the people that are going to help you to sell it. Very, very important. Then number 8 is that think of a cost-effective way to increase the value of your property. Yes, today I had a conversation with someone. He has a plot of land somewhere within a community, but the community is well developed, but they had bad access road, which is most of the people that have property in Ogun State is always bad access road, bad access road. So what I told him is this. He said he doesn't really need money. That's why I said, he said it's not because of, he said he's just tired of the property. I gave him some recommendations, and what we arrived to at today is that he needs to convert the place to a football pitch. That was what we arrived to today. Number 1, he has a friend that does football. Number 2, boys are already coming to that place to come and be renting the place for football, but it's the security of that property. He has a security. He has been the one collecting the money. I said, just put structure in place and start a football academy. So he's not going to be using the place for football pitch, football academy, and all of those things. He has a bungalow at the back. So the bungalow at the back, I encouraged him. I said, just look for small roofing. So that will be the changing room. As you are making money from renting the place, you'll be pushing it up small. So in fact, all the money he needs to spend now, I don't think it's up to 200,000. He just need to do goalposts. I told him he doesn't even need nets. Just do goalposts. You already have somebody that can be doing coaching them. Put signboard outside. On the wall of the fence of the house, write it. Football Academy year. That's what I told him to do. Football Academy, put the phone number of the coach every Friday, 2 p.m. Put it there. You will see boys. So that's what he wants to go and implement now. Okay? So it depends. It depends. Properties vary from properties to property, right? So number next here is, so like I said, think of a cost-effective way. That's basically the reason why I gave him that recommendation. Number next is think of joint venture. A lot of people don't know how to do this, and there's no way I can show you how to do some of these things for free. If you have a property, think of joint venture. So some of the offers I'm going to be giving today is opportunity to coach you, and you will pay. And if you don't want to pay, it's not a problem, okay? It's not a problem at all. And so consider cooperative and selling to cooperatives. There's a way to go about that too. Think of cooperatives that you can sell to and all of that. So think of it. Then, if your land is much or your property is big, sell it in piecemeal. Sell it in piecemeal. We have a project in Lakwe. So today I met with one of the co-owners in that location, and I just noticed that his property has been stuck for some time. So we're talking. So I told him, what's the issue now? Of course, money. Said money, cost of finishing it, and all of those things. So I gave him an advice. I said, see, this project is within an estate. He has done the plumbing, he has plastered. It's just to put some finishes in place and to tie, right? So I told him, this is what we'll do. Why not sell half plot from your compound? Cut half plot from your compound. Because of the location of that project, you can still sell half plot between 15 million and 20 million. And if you can raise 15 million and 20 million, less commission that you pay to the agent, you can finish this project and start getting rental income. And I told him, put it up, collect 2 years for rent up front. In fact, put house for rent now and put, as it is, the state the project is right now, put it there, house for rent. There are people that will pay you 2 years rent up front, right? And after paying you 2 years rent, you still tell them to even wait for 3 months for you to finish. So in the next 2 months, 2 to 3 months, know fully well that you want to collect house rent, and also you want to sell half of the compound. He has like 1.5 plot for compound. I told him it's good actually, but because you stay within an estate, people can still park on the street. It's still secure. So you don't necessarily need the whole compound. So sell half plot from that 1.5 plot that is compound. Use the remaining 1 plot as compound. It's still good, okay? Because he has 12 or I think 14 units of 1 room self-contained. So we looked at it together, and after we had that conversation, I just left. He called me back 1 hour. I said, that what I said is like, I just opened his eye to something. I said, that's the way it works. It's because it's what I do. It's what I do. Because I've been there before. That's what gave birth to this course. I've been there. Okay? So you need to just think outside the box. One of the recommendations I gave in part 2 or part 3 is that sometimes you are emotionally attached to the project. So you need to step out. You need to step out of the project and re-enter the project. It's one of the ways you can actually take an informed decision. Okay? So you need to sell in piecemeal, sell half, sell your compound. Okay? Sell half, sell your compound, and make progress. So the next thing is you can sell part of the asset to develop the other. It's the same thing as selling piecemeal. Then sometimes you can raise co-owner. I gave this recommendation to somebody, but the person too is still very emotionally attached. I said, okay, one of the things you can do is this. Value the project. The valuation of the project right now. He said the value of the project is 70 million. Okay, no problem. What will it take you to finish the project? He said they still need about another 70 million. I said, okay, rough estimate. The value of the project, let's say the value of the project now is 70 million. The value of the project by the time it finishes is going to be, let's say, 150 million. So very simple. Look for somebody. The value of that project is now. Look for a co-owner. 150 million project. Look for all your friends. Say, CEO, I need 10 people that will drop 15 million naira. You are going to own % of this project. You can set up an SPV. Or we can set up a company together, like an SPV too. 10 people, 15 people. If it's 5 people, that's 30 million, bring it. If it's 10 people, 10 million, bring it. 15 million rather. If it's 10 people, if it's 15 people, 10 million, bring it. Let's own this project together. And by the time we finish, you do your math. Friends and family, that's how to raise money. Because sometimes when you are meeting friends and family, give me money, they will not give you. Don't be more, it's my house. I want to live there. See, as I'm talking to you, I have house. Right? I have projects. I have company that owns houses. But I'm not living in my own house. Right? Because why should I live in a house when the house can be giving me more money? So you can be a tenant and a landlord at the same time. I don't know whether somebody understands what I'm talking about. Somebody inherited the property one time. I told him, pack out of the property you inherit, convert it to one bedroom apartment, rent it out. In that place, 1 bedroom apartment is 5 million naira. And we converted the duplex into 4 units of 1 bedroom. 5 million in 4 places. That's 20 million naira. And he went to go and rent out somewhere that he was paying 15 million as a tenant. And he's making net profit. Self-compound, powerful new duplex. And he was making 5 million naira extra. So it depends on, you see, you just have to be creative when it comes to this thing. You have to be creative. Okay? So look for financing option. If for instance, that I met a mortgage bank, and for those that are going to be coming to me for private coaching and all of those things, I'll give you contacts also. It's part of the things that you're going to be benefiting. So I met a mortgage bank of recent, right? The mortgage bank said they can finance projects that has good title, They can finance project that has good title, right? Good title and good title, they can finish it for you. So it's up, the opportunity is available. The opportunity is available. Good title, but they'll finish it for you. So look for financing option. Financing. So don't just think of saving money or selling and all of those things. That's why the title of this session is Unlocking Cash Flow from Your Property. Okay? So they'll finance it for you. You can sell part of it when they finish financing it and all of that. Okay, so let's move again. Like another person, I mean, there's a Pastor Praise. I don't know whether Pastor Praise is on this call. He said he has an hotel, blah, blah, and all of those things. Somebody else to chat me up again on this call. He too has an hotel. And by the time we had conversation and all of that, now he wants to convert the hotel to apartment and sell. So you have to be creative. Don't be emotionally attached. If you can still hear me loud and clear, just type 2. If you can hear me loud and clear, type 2 in the chat room. I'm about to round up. So please, your questions. And if there's no question, we just have our 30 minutes and we enjoy ourselves. Okay? If you can still hear me loud and clear, just type 2. I want to be sure in the chat room, or type 2 in the chat room. I want to be sure you can hear me. And if you can't hear me, let me know or mute yourself. If you can hear me loud and clear, type 2. Okay, good. I've had sizable number of people that type 2. So thank you very much for the feedback. I just needed to be sure you can hear me. So like I said, raise co-owners, look for financing. Then I said, give this house out. That's how I put it there. You can donate your house for goodwill. Let me give you a good example. You know, sometimes exchange your house. I remember we had a project one time. Okay, no, it was not us actually. It was a friend. He had some land and it was very, very difficult for him to sell the house. Was it a house or land? I think it was a land. He has fenced it actually. And some guys came from outside the country. They needed a place, blah, blah, blah. And he exchanged it for vehicles. So he did trade Bambata. Exchange it for vehicle. So you are the one that is thinking that you need to sell it. All you need is what you need. So do trade by barter, at least before the invention of before the invention of money. We're using trade by barter. So trade that project for something. Okay? So that's another option. Or use it as just leave the project the way it is in your book, balance sheet, in your asset column, leave it there. Add it. It's part of the asset of the company. Okay? Then one of the other things you can do, if it's a house, because I needed to add this, because somebody said he has a house, he has completed it, he has not been able to finish, he has finished it, he has not been able to sell. Do an open house. I don't know whether you know what it's called, an open house. I can help you arrange it also. It's one of the services that can guide you and help you to arrange. Okay, an open house. Do an open house. Okay, so if you now want to put it up for cash flow, one of the things I mentioned earlier that you can do, you can go and watch my part one. Somebody said, not hearing me is breaking. Maybe it's your network. Let me drink water so I can shout again. So in part one, I actually shared things you can do with empty property. Okay. A lot of people have watched it, and which I must give you thumbs up. A lot of people watched. A lot of people have not been able to watch part 2 or part 3, but in that part 1, I give a detail on what you can do. So, but what I want to touch on right now is that if you have done a proper need assessment of that environment. So you can repurpose the project, basically. If what you were doing, okay, there's one case, one of the people that private chatted me. And when they did the need assessment, right, of that project, they realized that because initially when the project was done, the place was not a major road. Now their house is now facing a major road. Okay, so upon doing the need assessment, because the house is now facing a major road, he said he doesn't want to leave a place that is on a major road. No, that's not his objective. His objective is that he wants to live in a very secluded place. Okay, so upon doing the need assessment, because that's why it is important that you do that need assessment of your area. So we look at some of the options. Some of the options we look at is that convert it to a school. School can still be on a major road. He said, it's uncompleted. I said, no problem. Open the fence. Turn it to car wash since people are already living there. That's another option. Another option was that turn it to car park. He said, yes, there's a lot of keke and pep that is coming there. Don't worry, put gates, put a security guard, turn it to car park. Keke will be parking there, put it there. You can park your car. Vehicle can do 500 per night. Keke and pep can do 200 naira per night. Bike, Okada, motorcycle can do 100 naira per night. Blah, blah, blah. Turn it to farm. Your one plot, turn it to farm. You will be amazed what you can do with farming. You will be what? Amazed what you can do with farming. Turn it to farming. Okay? So you will just think of something. Like I said, one of the engineers that was with me now said that we're discussing about some of his projects. And we're talking about masts building and how much those that their houses host masts are making. I don't even want to enter into some of those details. Okay, so those are the turn into football viewing center. These are things you can do and set up that will be giving you cash flow on a regular basis. And okay, another person I gave recommendation to was saying that school, how will I get school? I said, look for existing school that needs space. Every time school needs expansion. Within that area, just look for one small school that needs space. Discuss with them. In fact, they will be the one to fund the finishing of the school, and it's still your own, and you can do long-term lease. Okay, because of our time, I will just drop it here. There's no way I can exhaust some of the things you can do. So I will list out some of the offers that are available right now, and we can now take questions. Okay, you can unmute yourself to take questions. But no, number one offer that is available is that if you still have property and you are struggling to sell it, okay, I can only take 10 people, right? I want to give opportunity for 10 people. And initially I was thinking, how much should I charge and all of those things? But I can take 10 people. I'll still put all this offer on the group, right? So 10 people that can do 50,000 naira in the next 48 hours. And this is what you are getting for that 50,000 naira. Let me explain. Every week, we are going to be having a 1-hour session for 1 month. It's just 1 month. So this in the whole of July. But next 48 hours, we must pay the 50,000 naira commitment fee. If 48 hours pass, between now and end of the month, it will turn to 100,000. So the offer is actually 100,000, but you pay in the next 48 hours, you pay 50,000 naira. Okay? So then you send me a DM. I won't put my account details on the group. You send me a DM. I need to know you. I'll save your number. You have my contact, but you direct contact, not the contact on that group. You have my direct contact. To 1-hour session. We'll do the analysis. If you need to sell, I'll help you to do a lot of things. I'll set up things for you and you'll be able to sell it. If you need to convert, I'll teach you. These are things you need to do. I'll give you some of the templates that we have used, okay, I'll give it to you. We'll do the proper need assessment of your property. I will do it for you. Even if you need to set up an SPV too, we'll set it up, right? Right. So these are some of the things that you are going to get. And 1 hour every week, structured 1 hour every week. Of course, you can still be chatting me. I will respond, right? But a structured 1 hour every week for the whole month of July. And within that July, we must have headway because we must follow the instruction because we don't have forever to do what we need to do. Are we together? So that's the number one offer. Number two offer was the offer I gave last week. The offer I gave last week, it was you have the opportunity, okay, to join the Real Estate Academy. My mentor, Dr. Lord Clement, will be taking it for 2 Tuesdays. And that one is just 20,000 naira, right? I'll drop all the details too on the group tonight. The number three offer, number third offer is if you want to be a realtor, right? There's a platform you can join. There's currently a training going on now for realtors, but that training, you can't meet up again. So another one is coming up in August. And that one too, the training is a 6 weeks training for realtor, how to sell, all those things, all those details, right? You have the opportunity to also to pay for 20,000 naira. So these are the 3 offers that are available. So if you have a property you want to convert, you don't know what to do and all of those things, and you have gone through all this class, you don't still know what to do, then you now pay for the inner circle consultation, 100,000 naira between now and end of the month. But in the next 48 hours, if you can pay, is just 50,000 naira. Okay. So I'll drop all the details on the group. You private chat me, then we'll take it up from there. Okay. So my name is Okpoluwoni. So let's start. We are in question and answer session now. If you have question, unmute. And if you don't have any question, you can call it a night. Any question? You can unmute or raise up your hand so I can unmute you. If you don't have any question, okay. Mr. Oje Olubenga, let me just call you.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, well done. And I so much appreciate your presentation. I'm impressed.
Thank God.
What if my location is somehow I have a property I intend to dispose very soon because I'm moving out of the place for another place. So what if the location,
Okay.
well, it's not that really favorable? What can I do?
Why do you? Okay, let me ask you a question. Number one, is it that you need money, or is because you feel the location is not good?
Exactly, not that I really need money.
If you think the location is not good, the reason why you think your location is not good is because your taste
Okay.
is higher than that
changed.
location.
Okay.
So if you need my help, you can subscribe for what I've mentioned, but you can think of, I don't know whether you've listened to also some of the
Yes,
things
I have. I've listened to the previous ones too.
So some of the things I've shared, you can convert it to a school. Do they need school? So you see, the thing is this. Number one thing, even for those that are going to be paying, the number one thing I would need you to do is what is the need assessment of your area?
Okay.
It cannot, I don't believe a house can only be meant for living. That's my point.
Okay, that's true.
Do they need school? Is there a school around your area that needs expansion? What type of property do you have? Go and meet them.
Okay.
That this house, I they come out to come and use this house. I can give you for the next 5 years.
Okay.
I want to collect 2 million naira for the next 5 years. That's 10 million
Okay.
naira for that. Can you raise 10 million? Okay, I can't raise 10 million. Okay, how much do you have?
Okay.
Okay, we have 3 million.
Okay.
Yeah, give me the
Okay.
3 million naira.
Okay.
When can you pay the remaining 7 million? You can pay in the next 1 year. You have to be paying me. Sign agreement.
Okay.
So it's one of those options. I'm just
Yeah.
using
Yeah.
school because most of I'm assuming that area is a new site. Maybe that's the reason why you
Not
want
not really. Actually, it was a new site before, but this local people just came around, built around you, and it has become like Iboro.
I understand. It's your taste that has changed. I don't know. See, if you sign up, there are so many things I can tell you to do with that place that will give you serious money.
It's all right.
So those are some of the things that you can actually do. Yeah.
Thank you. Then the
Yeah.
second question is this. I have a 22-room hostel
Okay.
and self-contained, but
Okay.
it's not really because of the nature of that environment. So though very close to an higher institution, uh, but it's not yielding as expected. So can I lease it out? I'm looking for
Why not?
somebody who can just
We
that
can
I
we
will
can, you
lease it
can
out.
lease it. If I have the
Okay,
details, I can help you lease it, or I
okay,
can guide you on how you will lease it.
okay.
Let me say something. If I really want to make money, all I
Yes,
will
sir.
just tell everybody to do is to bring your property. Let me help you to sell it. But I believe, I'm telling you, I'll just help people sell. I'll make
Yeah.
money. But I believe that if you know better, you will be able to do better.
Mm,
Selling, I don't personally. Let me even share some personality. I have friends when they wanted to travel out,
okay.
when they were relocating, jack buying. They
Japa.
wanted to sell their property. I told them,
Okay,
sell property. Anytime people tell me they want to sell property, maybe because I'm into property,
okay.
the thing used to do me like, are you mad? Are you crazy? Are
Mm,
you stupid?
mm,
And I had money I could have bought from them, but they were my
mm.
friend. I just feel that would make sense now. It doesn't really make a lot of sense if I do that. You understand? I just
Yeah.
encourage some of my soul though, actually, because
Mm,
they were just like no option. We just had to help them to sell. So some I encourage them to look. The thing is this: if you have problem, most of the time you think of one way to make money. Let
mm,
me just sell this property. Let me
mm,
just sell this car.
mm.
But if you
That's true.
really think deep and put
Can get
emotion
alternative
aside,
source.
you will
Mm,
see alternatives of, and the problem will come and go.
mm,
See, let me tell you something. There was a time I had a problem. I sold a car in the next 24 hours. Later on, when I think
mm.
of it, I say, I no suppose sell that car. If I want to buy that car
Eh,
now, it will cost me almost 40 something million.
chai.
And because of reputation, my name
Mm,
was more important. I just felt that
mm,
let's sell this car.
mm.
So you understand. So now that's why
Yeah.
some of the things I'm sharing now, it's not something like I read a book. Oh no, I'm actually planning to convert everything that I've taught in the last to a book.
Okay.
Because I've never read it yet. They were from experience for the past 15
Mm,
years that I've been doing this thing. I'm still very young, but
okay.
I started early.
Okay.
So I think,
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, you
yeah.
have answered my question. God
Okay.
bless you.
So I think there's a Madam Justina. You can unmute yourself and ask your question. Madam Justina, we are waiting for you. If you have question, raise up your hand and unmute yourself or type your question. Oh. We have 8 minutes to leave this meeting. Oh. Okay, I think Madam Justina, or is it that you don't know how to unmute? Let me see if I can unmute you myself. Unable to unmute, just press on your phone. You can see something that looks like microphone. Just press it. You can unmute. There's nobody that can unmute themselves. Open house. That's if you want to ask about the open house. Let me give you. There's no time to really explain the details. That's the reason why I created this thing. But I know a lot of people don't really want to pay for things. Nigerians, we like a lot of free things. Open house is only applicable when you have built a house for the purpose of selling and you cannot sell it. That's when you do open house. Sure, you understand? It's like site inspection. People come and see it. But open house is usually like a party. I don't know whether you understand my point. So that's really it. But it has a lot of other things in it. So I don't know whether I've been able to answer your question. So we have 7 minutes to go. So it's an option basically for properties that you are finding difficult to sell, but it's a house, right? So that's just it. That's what open house is all about. But it's not applicable to all type of property. So if you have a property, for instance, now that is not maybe you're not only is dicey, basically. Sure, you understand? Because number one, how do you bring people for open house? That's another thing that we need to discuss. Okay, so we need to look at it. How do I bring people for open house and all of those things? So you have to bring people for open house first. Yeah, okay, so that's just it. Okay, so one more offer that I didn't mention, but that one I will mention it. I'll also post it for all the 3 offers I'm giving. So the number 4 offer is that anybody that want to sell their property or you want to rent it out or you are looking for opportunity, I'll give you 1 day. I don't know the day yet, but I'll post it on the group. That's why leaving the group is not really the best option for you. However, I'll still change the name of that group. Let me announce it. I'll still post it on the group too. I will change the name of that group to the lecture we are going to be having next month. So next month, I'm going to be talking about how you can use land to create wealth. One of the property we went to check today, we bought that property for, I think, 2.5 million naira per plot. That's the same property I told you that half plot now is 15 million. That's even distress. So distress. So there are people selling their own full plot, 40 million, and we bought it 2.5 million. So how did we get, because people have bought property and the property is not appreciating. So I want to show us precept. So it's 5 Thursdays. It's going to be massive. 5 Thursdays. I will show you line upon line, precept upon precept on how you can use your property you can create wealth with real estate from land in particular, land. Land is going to be my focus. Okay, so I want to, at this point, I just want to appreciate everybody that has joined us. Thank you very much. I mean, for you to have thought it that I'm worthy of listening to. Thank you. So let's have a great and wonderful night. We'll take the discussion to the group from there. Then if you want to sign up, I'll give you all the instruction to sign up. Thank you very much. Let's have a great and wonderful night. Bye.